here, quite bright, a lot brighter there, and then as it's flowing off it seems to come out a bit further, like that, and then drips down. Painting that a bit, like loads of little things going on in there. It'll be slightly brighter just in there where it hits at first, so you can get a bit straight white onto the brush for that. And then I'll clean the brush off and just let it highlight this side a tiny bit more. Like that. When you get these little areas where it hits, it's a bit brighter. There. Sometimes I'll touch and just go all the way down. That's cool. Do it on some of the others as well, just touch it, and there is where it's more transparent and you can see the rock through, and then there's other areas where you've got these little drops. See over there, it's like dripping down, and a lot of that drippage, the water dripping over like that. We had a lot of fun to do with these waterfalls. Now we've got another bit that comes from here, side on. In fact, I want to change the course. You can do this, you can change the course of it anytime you choose. So this one here, I'm just going to have it coming straight down, more or less. And I can just on the edges bring it through there. That's good. Maybe a tiny little round top to it. Round that off a bit. That's it. And I've got a few little things that I'm going to trickling down there. And then one last big drop for us, which will be about here. Just tap above it, and then just pull it down. That's another one that we've got in there. Sometimes when you get an overloaded brush, it can start to stop working. So what you can do, get a clean brush, touch and pull into that, and it takes off the excess paint that you've got up there, that's all. And then you can actually come through and use that to your benefit. See, I want that to be brighter anyway in a short while. I'm just trying to get the way that it's dripping over correct. Right, just up in here, I've got a couple of areas where it's just hitting a rock. So you just make it a bit brighter on the top when it hits a rock or a boulder or anything like that. And then pull it down underneath. Right, now I can start to get a tiny bit brighter here and there. And what I'll do is, first of all, I just want to do that top again. Got a bit of white just on the tippy top of the brush, and then that'll come over then. Nice. See how you can just blend it on the canvas itself. So important not to work with too much colour here. I'm really working with small amounts of colour because all this is dry underneath what we've done before. It's all dry. So I'm just going to again put the tip into some white. I'm just going to highlight the tops a bit brighter. That's it, and then just let that come down. Just a bit lighter on the right hand side than on the left. And just on these bits you can just touch a bit of white into that shadow colour that you put on there. And then just highlight it here and there just to brighten it up. Just lots and lots of them. Don't cover up all the shadow colours that you've put in there. You want it to be effective, you know, so you got to keep a lot of them in. There's actually another piece of water coming from over this side, and then popping down there, creating a lot of water for this. Lock that in. Trickle down to there. Trickles all over the place. Just tap it sometimes. See, like in there, you can just actually tap that colour and it'll highlight it. You want to bring that further over, just tap. It's a lovely effect. Same on these, you can just come back and just tap it here and there, and that lighter white will come out. Same with this one. Tap it, and it crashes down into the bottom. Just take your time with it, it's no rush. Just let these things happen. For these rainforest ones, we've got this lovely glacial type water that comes through. I'm sure it's a rainforest, and I don't know exactly why the colour of the water is why it is this greeny colour, but I think it's minerals. Clean brush again. It's always there to clean stuff up if you want it to. Use that brush. So just down the top. Yeah. See how gentle I'm being though. I'm not putting loads of pressure on, just enough. Highlight the top of that. Really quiet and tranquil at the moment. I'm really enjoying this. Sometimes I get a bit of white, a bit of lighter white, and just a bit crashing up there. Just just crashing over. So I'm changing the angles all the time whilst I'm doing these. You hit little rocks and you get little boulders, and then come trickling down again, separate ways. Totally unique, I love it. Into that shadow bit, just in front of it there, and tap that. And then just in here, I had a bit where I went over the top, and then touch a few coming down from that and that. And then I want to actually have it a little bit bright just on the tops. Brighten it up a tiny bit on tops of that. Now you can actually, this is the reason why we did the rocks first. You see the rocks through all this. Happy. And we've still got a little bit that actually comes through from over here. Just trickling through the rock. Just out of nowhere, it's crept through the rocks and just come out there. Great stuff. I can actually paint this a wee bit higher. Yeah. Right, I'm happy with it at that stage. I've got this really bright colour now, really bright green it is, extremely lovely colour, and I'm just tapping into it and pushing and getting a ridge of paint. And then just here we've got a branch that's, like over here, we've got a branch that's coming out and giving us some lovely little leaves and stuff just in there that are much brighter than all the others you can see. Much brighter. There. Another one. Just there. Quite a bit closer to us of these compared to the rest. There we go. Be very careful because we're painting over dark paint here, so I'm trying to be very cautious. Now just up in there we've got some leaves. Sweet, I'm happy. Right, so these have been hit by the sunlight. There must be a gap up in the trees and it's been hit by the sunshine, and then it actually comes out on a twig, on a branch. It just comes along like so. That's it. there's a little one just sticking right just there. That's it. So you can use a brush in different angles all the time, constantly. And then on the end of that we've got a few little ones just standing out separate. Same there. Little delicate touches. Tiny little delicate touches. Just in there. Right, so what I need to do there, I'm just going to use the filbert brush. Got Van Dyke brown on it. And I'm just going to use a tiny bit of titanium white as well. So it's basically a light brown. And then just in here you can only see the actual branch in one point, and that's here. Comes out, little arm coming off of it, and then it vanishes it with all that stuff inside there. So I'll just paint that right through, and it comes out about there. And I'll probably get some darker brown. And I'll darken one side of that. Just one side. The underside. Same with that there. So the darker underside to it. There we go. Right. Now I like that bright colour that we used on there. I still need to get some more leaves on it. So I'm going to put one there. One there. Don't want it to be bare. I want it to have plenty of leaves on it. On this one. Where I put that out, put a few hanger downs on that. Even cover it up sometimes slightly, where it's a tree. Just in there. Right. Now I want this really bright colour, and I'm just going to go into here and highlight that a bit more, just maybe on tops of that as well. You see, don't kill that shadow that you've got in there. Right, I'm really happy with how this one's going right now. Even in there, make it a bit brighter. Really is a zinger, zinging out there. You can also just go back to your shadow colours, your dark shadow colours. Get a ridge of that on your paint, on your brush as well. And you can just go back in here and there and add some darks to go back into that, so you got some separation. That's it. Some more at the base. It's not quite as bright at the base. That's it, I'm happy with that. A good balance of lights and darks so far. Right, now I need to go back to my dark again. I want to go right into the dark lavender here, because I know how much darker I need it to be just in here. I need it to be really quite dark. top edge in there. And as it mixes with the liquid white, it will get lighter and lighter in tone. These are just the shadows, which are coming out quite dark. Shadows in the water of the trees up on here. I want that to graduate from dark to a lighter tone, just in there. Get some movement now back in there, you see. That's good. Right, so I'll just use a big brush again. And with that big brush I can just gently Now, I know that this shadow actually has to come up a tiny bit further than I've got it as the bottom one here. And that's about there. Now, that's what I wanted. Good and dark in this corner. And getting much lighter towards the left. That's great. I know that I need it a bit dark under there also. See, I'm having to keep going back and forwards constantly to make sure I get it the right sort of darkness. But don't worry, if it's not right, you go back and you make it that bit darker, or don't just leave it. You'll be dissatisfied with it then. There, nice contrast, dark colour in there. That's the one. Right, so what that allows me to do now is to use a fan brush and just tap into this white and lavender colour in there, the white and the lavender together. Tap in, get some pure white on the brush, tap into that, and then just up underneath this I want to just tap some bright spots for where the ripples are, where it's splashing down right into there. Even in front of these rocks I want to put a few splashes. See, now that we've got the idea, we can leave some of these shadows in to give depth and give movement in this water in here. Great, just a little bit. Happy with that. And this is darker because of the shadow underneath. Now, use a clean brush. And just in here. And now I want it lighter. I'm just going to come along the bottom edge there and neaten it off a tiny bit. There we go. Now with that bit of lighter colour on my brush, I'm going to come underneath this there, and that just gives you a little highlight for under that rock where the water's coming through. Quite steady by the time it gets to there. Great. Now I've got a bush just down on the bottom of here, so just just at the water's edge. There's a little bush just in there. Just like that. And there's not really no reflection for it, to be honest with you. And it's right at the edge of the water. Because the sunshine's coming down in this angle. A few little bits of something just in there. Bits on the edge of the water. There. Now, because I've done all this in black, what you can do, you can actually come in and scrape a few sticks and twigs into it. You know, it's holding it up. Because it's black underneath, it'll just about show through. You guys might not even notice it because they're quite small, but they do stand out. Do the same over here. A couple in front. Nice. Now just where the waterfall is there, I just want to tap some more of that colour because I want it coming through a bit straighter just here. Come straight through to there at first. That's it, and then behind that, that's where we can paint some colour in. Tap that, make it look like froth. Oh, that froth just there coming from the waterfall. Maybe there's a tiniest little bit of froth just reaching around the corner. There, but then it goes a bit steadier and settles down. Right, I am extremely happy to have done this for you all. Take care and I'll see you all again soon.